Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everyone who has joined us today live or are watching this session recording later. My name is Prashant, and I'm one of the members of the organizing team for this bootcamp. For those who are for those who you are joining for the first time, Salesforce Marketers Group Singapore is super excited for organizing the biggest bootcamp program in this region. The plan for this bootcamp is to cover 65 plus sessions on a wide variety of topics covering the various SF marketing cloud products. To present these topics, we have invited some of the leading industry experts from across the globe. Very big thank you to one and all who are part of this wonderful Trailblazer community. A few housekeeping rules. For any questions during the session, please feel free to use the chat box. We will answer them during the session itself. For any questions post the session, please use the short link shown on the screen or scan the QR code. This will take you to a Google form where you can drop in the questions and we can get back to you with the answer later. All our sessions are recorded and uploaded on our YouTube channel. To access them, please use the short link shown on the screen or scan the QR code. To sign up for all the upcoming sessions for this bootcamp, please visit our Trailblazer community page by using the short link or scanning the QR code. So here is the agenda of today's session, which is episode 25, SFMC Bootcamp, How to Become a Salesforce Marketing Cloud Developer. We'll have a speaker introduction, and then we'll understand how to become a Salesforce Marketing Cloud Developer, what skills are required, what is Marketing Cloud Developer as well, and then we'll have some resources QA, and then we might have next session details. With this, I'll just hand over the session to Aishwarya. Aishwarya, please go ahead, introduce yourself and take over. Thank you.
Sure, Prashant, thank you. I'll share my screen. Let me know once it is visible.
Yep, I think we can see.
Yeah, thank you for confirming. And I hope my audio clarity is also good.
Yes, Aishwarya.
Okay, thank you. So, hello everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are. So today we'll be discussing on the topics related to Introduction to Marketing Cloud Developer. So let me begin with my introduction, like who am I? I am Aishwarya, working as a domain strategist, involved in successfully implementing marketing solutions. Apart from SFMC experience, I have a good knowledge on Sales Cloud and Pardot. And I have also played a major role in designing and configuring different features in SFMC to build effective marketing solutions. And I also have Trailhead Super Badge, Trailhead Ranger, and 2-time Salesforce Certified Marketing Cloud Developer. And here are my social handles. So if you want to contact me, you can connect me over here. So that's it about me. And thank you for providing this opportunity, Fani, Prashant, Abhishek, and Vishal, and organizing such a wonderful bootcamp, which is covering almost all the sessions. And now we are at the 25th episode, where we are covering, and we are starting with developer related topics. So thank you, and a special thank to Fani for keeping confidence in me and giving this opportunity. And hopping on to our today's topic, first, let me know how many of you here are interested in development and already a developer, not only in SFMC, it can be in any different platform or domain. Okay, so all right, let's begin with the topic today. So today's agenda will be covering like how to become MC developer, required skills to become a developer, and the developer center, and resources other than the developer center, which are all the resources you could refer, and finally Q&A, and we can end up with a quiz. So the classic way of learning anything is starting with a definition. So whenever we learn any new topic or any new skill, it is my approach to start with a definition and with an example or a use case to understand what the topic is all about and basic concepts involved in the topic. And if possible, we can make our hands dirty on the process of learning with some hands-on experience, and finally conclude with some best practices. And this is the way I would approach with any new topics. And similarly, I'm also going through this topic in a similar fashion. Like I'm starting it with a definition here. So who is a Marketing Cloud developer? So Marketing Cloud developer is for someone who has skills and experience in configuring and customizing data for Marketing Cloud. And the candidates who has some ample amount of knowledge in subscriber management and other channels and have an ability to troubleshoot various programmatic languages like AMP-script, SSJS, and all other things, and that guide the design of both the tactical and strategic email campaigns. Also having some experience as a full stack developer is considered as a Marketing Cloud developer. And along with this, they'll be also having some responsibilities like building and customizing marketing solution within the Salesforce Marketing Cloud platform. They work closely with marketing teams to understand business requirements and translate them into technical solutions and that drive business results. So that is the definition about who is a Marketing Cloud developer. And now who can become Marketing Cloud developer? So like we might be thinking that we are not fit to be a developer, maybe because we don't have some basic knowledge in the platform, or we don't have hands-on experience in the platform. There are like different scenarios where someone might think that they are not right fit to be a developer, but that is not the case. If you have some basic knowledge about the platform, and if you could connect with some other trailblazers through the community or with your communication skills, so it would be a great start to become a developer. And these are some of the roles which you like anyone of you, whoever is already a Marketing Cloud administrator or a designer or an email developer, can also become some or the other day, they also can become a developer with right skills. So like administrator is like the starting point. You need to understand like how to set up a account, that is Marketing Cloud account, and how to set up users, provide permissions, roles, and everything. And that will be the basic to start with Marketing Cloud. And then you can become a designer. If you have some good knowledge on designing, then you can also become a Marketing Cloud designer, and that would be also a right spot to start with development. And next is email developer. So as of now, if you are working on only email developments, not only in Marketing Cloud, maybe in some other ESPs, if you have some good knowledge in the email development, then you are also can be a right person to become a Marketing Cloud developer. And other than that, we can also think of campaign manager, who will be always managing campaigns right from the start, and also like scheduling, all those things will be under their hat. So even they can also become an Marketing Cloud developer. And solution engineer, implementation consultant, and implementation partners are the ones who give some good solution and good best practices when a customer reach out to them with some problems or some troubleshooting issues which they will be handling, and they can provide some good best practices along with their good experience. They could provide a nice solution to that problem, which is not like an immediate solution, but can be applicable for a long term. So that is what being a developer, that is what you should also think. So whenever you are giving some solution to your customer, you should think that it should be a long term, not to give any short term solutions, it is better to think in a long term and in a scalable way. You can give your solution, and you should think for the future, like what might happen in next 10 months or next 1 year. What will be the situation of that brand, what you are working, and how the, like, say for example, if you are working for an brand XYZ, and the current subscribers or the contact count is now at some 2 million, and you should think in a way that whenever you are providing some solution, you should think in a way that maybe in next 1 year or so, it might scale up and it might become some 3 million or 4 million. So keeping that in mind, you need to give your solutions, and also it should be like scalable in the later time as well. And marketing director, manager, specialist, coordinator, even these people can also become a marketing cloud developer. So this is about roles. So whoever can become marketing cloud developer, but they should have the right skills. So as of now, I'm just stressing upon skills. So the next topic what we'll be discussing is about skills. So what are all the skills that a marketing cloud developer should have? You might have come across many type of developers with different skill sets. So what is actually marketing cloud developer is all about? And also whoever is with us in this bootcamp might have also seen marketing cloud platform, maybe not like with an hands-on experience, but maybe virtually you might have experienced how the tool would actually look. So most of the things would be like a drag and drop. Like all the user interface, what you have seen so far is like a drag and drop. But how actually a developer would be. So how you can become a developer and the skill sets required to become a developer. Some of you might have already have these skill sets, but if you are very new and if you don't know what it is, so this particular section is for you. So here I have termed it as areas to explore, and these are the like major sections which you need to be more focused on when you are becoming a marketing cloud developer. First, let's begin with data management. Everyone knows like managing data is a very important thing nowadays, and that would be the first step for marketing cloud developer as well. Then the contact management, and I'll let you know like what is contact management, what is data management in a while. And other things other than data management and contact management, if you have some good amount of knowledge in creating apps, mobile app, web app, that would be also a great addition. Apart from that, we also have custom activities. You can create a custom activity of your own. Say if you are already an email developer in marketing cloud, you might have come across content builder, in which you might have seen some content blocks. Those are standard content blocks. So if you want to build your own custom content block, this is the right place. So you can become you can learn those skills and become a developer. And application programming interface, API, the standard name for application programming interface is API, and SDK, software development kit. These are all some of the skills that is required to progress as a developer. Apart from that, if you have some knowledge on HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, jQuery, JavaScript, even those are all some added advantage to your career. So next is like we'll start with data management. So the data management, like as I told, everything today is data. So data for any tool is very important, and it is a foundation based on which you can build everything and anything, like the communication or any decision. Being a developer, it is very much required to focus on data management. So what are the things that you should learn in data management? So first you should understand what data it is and what are the data that you are going to use in your account or in your brand. And it can be like customer profile data, purchase data, order details, anything related to marketing. you just need to understand what type of data you are using and what type of data you are injecting into Marketing Cloud. Because as you are already aware, Marketing Cloud is not like storage bin. It is like it is serving different purposes. So you need to think in that manner, and don't just dump all the details whatever you have about a customer in Marketing Cloud. Just think mindfully and insert or import only required data that maybe you are using that data for anything like a targeting purpose or for personalization. Only those things whichever is needed, only those things can be used in Marketing Cloud. Even you can just dump it, but that is not the purpose of the tool. So here in some of these slides, what I've done, I've just given the definition or what it is, what the topic is all about, and then the areas of interest, what you need to like focus on for that particular topic, and then some trailhead or help links for your reference, where you can go ahead and grab some more knowledge on this particular topics. And also at the end, I have some more resources, which is in general. And this is like an official documentation from Salesforce, which I have added in the same slide itself. So being said that, let's focus on data management now. So let me know like how many of you are aware of this data management topic already. Okay. So like as you are new, first thing is first. So data management is something like as I told, data, a very important step in marketing. Not only marketing, whatever domain you are working as of now, data is very important. So even being a developer, the first step to learn development is starting with data. You need to understand like what type of data, like as I already mentioned, customer profile data, purchase data, all these things are some types of data which you can make use of in your Marketing Cloud account. And data sources, so from where you are getting these data, that is a main thing. These are some of the sources from where you can import data into Marketing Cloud, like a website, e-commerce site, POS is point of sale, and analytics, profile, and preference center, manual import. All these things are some of the data sources from where you can think of data as being injected into Marketing Cloud. And that is next is understanding data structure. You need to understand the data structure that is currently in place, like the standard data structure that Marketing Cloud is using. And you can just grab a paper and pen and then jot it down, like which are all the unique identifiers that you already have in your system. Maybe not in the Marketing Cloud, but maybe in an external system. Maybe you're storing everything in an offline, maybe like a book or some registration file. If you're keeping everything there, if you want to transfer those things into Marketing Cloud, you need to first jot these down, like what are all the things that is very much required in Marketing Cloud, starting from the data source. Then the data structure is like the standard, like a layout of the data, like what are all the important fields. And fields means like a column. You can imagine the column name. If you know Excel, you know column names in Excel. So that is nothing but fields in Marketing Cloud. Or if you also know Salesforce, even then you can think of objects. So those are all like objects and attributes. All these things are some of the common terms that we usually use in Salesforce. And in Marketing Cloud, we'll use fields or data fields, all these things are the common terms that we use. And subscriber key, contact key, you need to understand what is subscriber, what is contact, who is a subscriber, who is a contact, and what is the difference between a subscriber and a contact. So let me give a short introduction about who is a subscriber and a contact. So all these topics will be covered in later sessions, but I'll be just giving some brief idea on what you need to think of when you think of Marketing Cloud developer. So subscriber is someone who receives an email. Contact is a person who is in Marketing Cloud, but he can be a subscriber. He might have received 1 email or a 0 email, but he is part of Marketing Cloud account. Say if you already have a Sales Cloud account and you are importing all the contacts into Marketing Cloud, and those records what you are passing from Sales Cloud to Marketing Cloud, that is considered as contacts. And when any one of that record, if they are eligible to receive a single email from your account, then they will be termed as subscriber. And these people like contact and subscriber are like all subscriber can be a contact, but all contacts are not subscriber. That is like a common sentence that you need to remember. And this subscriber key and contact key are the unique identifiers to identify them. So this subscriber key will be some 18-digit value. And a best practice is not to use email address as a subscriber key, because when the same family, husband and wife, use the same email address, then when you are targeting them with email address as subscriber key, then and if it is like a let's take an example. We are working for a clothing brand, and husband and wife both are using same email address, and that is the subscriber key which you have mapped to. That is, email address is mapped as a subscriber key in your account. What happens when husband and wife both are using same subscriber key? Even their profiles, like their gender, everything will be like, even though it is identified like a two different people, they will be like considered as one because of the subscriber key. Because in each and every record, if we are identifying it as a send relationship is mapped when you are sending out an email to someone. So the subscriber key in the backend, it works in such a way that it will look if that subscriber key is an active person or if they have unsubscribed, all those things in the backend. Then it will check whether we can send an email to this person or not. Then it will send out an email to that person. So when you are mapping the subscriber key as a send relationship, and if you are using subscriber key as a primary key, then it will choose only one single record. And in this husband-wife scenario, only one person will be eligible for the send. That is one thing. And if you are targeting some female-related products or male-related products, then there are chances that because of this clumsiness in data, it might be targeted to a wrong person. So to avoid all these confusions, it is better to use subscriber key, standard subscriber key, that is an 18-digit value. So if you are like connecting using Marketing Cloud Connect to a different cloud, then it is a standard practice to use person contact ID, which is an 18-digit value, as a subscriber key. And if you are not using any other clouds and you are only using Marketing Cloud, even then it is better to go with some other unique identifiers other than email address. And that is about subscriber key. And similar to subscriber key, we also have contact key. And best practices here is not to leave it blank. So you shouldn't leave a subscriber key or contact key blank. And later on, like I'll be discussing about that in next slide. So that is about data structure and data extension types. We do have some types of data extension. If you are new to this word data extension, it is nothing but table. So table with rows and columns is termed as data extension in Marketing Cloud. And we do have another name like list and groups. These are like a classic method of storing these rows and columns. But now most of the things are changed to data extensions. But still we are using list and groups, but not in a regular manner, very, very rarely. And you need to understand, as a developer, you need to understand the difference between list and data extension, and also the difference between all the data extension types, that is standard, random, filtered, shared, Salesforce data extension, and sendable, non-sendable. All these things are some of the data extension types. You need to understand, and if possible, you can also work on that on your own, and you will get to know what are the different types of data extension available and when you need to use it. Then importing data and exporting data. Again, there are multiple options available in Marketing Cloud using which you can import and export data. You need to understand those different methods, whichever is available, and based on your requirement, you can opt for that particular option. And creation of send log and usage of data views. I would say that send log and data views are very much important when you're about to learn something about data. Send log will store all the details related to, like as the name itself says, send log. So it will store all the details related to the send. So each and every customer who receives an email, their details like opens, clicks, like that, it is mostly useful for analytics purpose. And each and every account, there is some limitation. Each and every account will have 2 send logs, one for email and one for mobile. And coming to data views, it is like a virtual table, which you cannot view it in a physical manner, but it will be working in the backend. As soon as you send out an email, say you're sending out an email to 100 members, out of which 10 of them will open your email and 5 of them will click that email, where these data will go, how you can easily fetch these data from Marketing Cloud. That is when you need to go to data views. We have some standard set of data views available, and all those things are like available in the help documentation. You can just go to help document, Salesforce help doc, and you can just click data views and you'll get more details on it. And also standard table structure is also available, like what are all the fields you need to look into, and based on your requirements, say if you want subscriber key, if you want email address, the event date, like when they open the email or when they click the email, if you want all those details, yeah, you can just go to the help document, and based on your requirement and based on the table which you are referring, say, as I told, there are multiple data views available, like opens, clicks, unsubscribe, bounce, subscriber, journey, all these things are available, jobs, there are many. So you can go ahead and look into the help documentation for more details on that. And once you are completing one particular topic, it is better to go to the best practices of that particular topic and understand what is the best practice in the Marketing Cloud, and take it forward. Like you need to implement it whenever you are working on anything related to a data extension, or when you are importing something into Marketing Cloud. You need to follow those best practices. This will avoid some issues. Maybe you might face some issues because of wrong practice. So those things will be avoided when you follow the best practices. And I have like given some trailered modules here, which you can go ahead and take a look and understand concepts of data management and send logging. Sorry. So next is contact management. So first we need to understand what is contact and contact model. Like both the data management and contact management are somewhat interrelated, but we need to understand like how it is related. how a contact will come in data management. You need to understand those things because contact is nothing but again a data. So again, here contact plays a major role in marketing cloud business because it is very important to understand their configuration, how contact can be differentiated from subscribers. Like I already mentioned, that is like the difference between subscriber and contact. And also when you are looking into contact management, you can also think of how to filter unwanted contacts and how to remove some duplications, that is dedupe of customer details. All these things you need to understand when you are working on contact management. So the topics here that you need to look into is like understanding contacts, subscribers, contact model, relationship. And this is mainly focused on contacts. And when you think of marketing cloud, the location, the best location where you can think of contact and contact management is Contact Builder. So you need to start from there. You need to go to navigate to Contact Builder, and you need to understand each and every concept available in Contact Builder, starting from the difference between contact and subscriber, then contact configuration, how you can configure a contact in Marketing Cloud, data designer, data extensions in Contact Builder. You have two different locations where you can create a data extension. One is in Contact Builder, another one is in Email Studio. So you need to just understand the differences. There are like minute differences in both. Like you can create both Email Studio data extension in Email Studio and also in Contact Builder, but still there are some minute differences, like which is some functionalities which is available in Contact Builder and not in Email Studio, and some of them available in Email Studio and not in Contact Builder. So the those things and all will be covered in future sessions related to contact management. So you need to understand those things, and like imports and data sources again comes here in Contact Builder. You need to understand all these things. Configure contact models. Again, you need to think of attribute groups, populations. Those are all some different concepts available again in Contact Builder. That is the right thing to start with contact management. Next, very important concept in contact management is contact delete process. So maybe everywhere, some or the other way, we need to delete data. It is not good to store redundant data or a wrong data, maybe due to some wrong process being followed, or due to some of the billing issues which we get. Maybe one such example, what I would need to say here is, say like I'll take the same example which I told earlier, like you're sending out an email to some 2 million records. Similarly, say you have signed up a contract with Salesforce for 2 million contacts. So once your contact record range moves out from 2 million and it is increasing gradually, maybe this week it reaches some 2.1 million, 2.2 million, like that. If it keeps on increasing, then what happens? Salesforce will come back to you and they will tell you that, see, the contract what you have signed with us is for 2 million, but it is increasing now. So you need to pay some extra amount based on the contract what you have signed. There may be some amount linked to each and every contact. So based on that, they would ask you to pay the extra amount. So in that scenario, you need to check your contacts, whether all of them is required. First thing, whether all the data which is flowing into Marketing Cloud is genuine and correct, and you are using all of the data which is in Marketing Cloud. It can be like, as I told, all contacts are not subscribers. You are not using all the contacts for your targeting purpose. So you need to understand that thing, like what is the purpose of a contact, who is, if you are not using it for any targeting purpose, what is the purpose of using that contact in your marketing, keeping that contact in your Marketing Cloud? So such type of contact needs to be removed. So you need to think in that manner, you need to start figuring out the contacts, whichever is not needed, and you need to remove those contacts. So how to remove the contacts? That is when contact deletion process comes into picture. We have like different types. You can manually go and delete a single contact. If at all you want to delete some handful of them, like 5 to 10 members, if you want to delete some 10 contacts, you can just go and do a manual process. But if you want to delete some 1 million records or some 2 million records, then what is the best approach? Then we do have some APIs to function on contact deletion, and also like we have some you can run some queries related to this, and like gather all the contacts, whoever you are not, if at all you don't require some contacts, you can just gather details of them and store it in one particular data extension. And using the help of, with the help of API, you can just initiate the process of contact deletion, and maybe in a regular, you can automate it, and so that in a regular basis, it cleans your contacts. So that is the contact deletion process. And synchronized data source, and it can be learned in data management also, but in synchronized data sources, I thought contact management is the right place where you need to understand what is synchronized data sources. Like as I told earlier, sales, when you are keeping some data in Sales Cloud, and if you want to push those details into Marketing Cloud, using Marketing Cloud Connect, that is where you will think of synchronized data sources. That is when you will think of synchronized data sources. And you might also come across synchronized data extensions. So that is nothing but the synchronized data sources. You can understand more about it in the later stages, or if at all you're interested, you can go to this particular Trailhead module and learn more on this. And Trailhead and help documentation will cover all the details related to it. If at all you don't have some hands-on experience on it, you will get some theoretical idea of how it is, and how each and everything is configured and what is its purpose. So next is SQL. I know like most of you know what is SQL is, structured query language. And if you are very new to this SQL, then I would say it is like using SQL, you can do some storing, manipulating, and retrieving data in databases. So far, we discussed about data, contacts, data storage, all these things. So how to manipulate it, or how to retrieve those details. We do have some inbuilt functionalities like export, filtering of data, all these things. But when you want to do some out of the box work, which is not available in our inbuilt functionalities, then you need to use SQL, wherein you can join multiple tables. Say you have some customer table and purchase table, you need to join them and look for the purchase details of particular customer. Then SQL will come handy. And like when you need to use SQL, like it, as I told, it is for storing, manipulating, and retrieving data. And it is for, as a standard, you need to use it for all the relational database systems, and most of the data, all the data extension which is available in Marketing Cloud are these relational database system itself. So that is the reason we need to go to SQL for each and everything. Whenever it is complex, we'll be going to SQL for help. Then, so RDMS, the short form for Relational Database Management, this manages data collection of tables in which all relationships are represented by some common values in related table. Say I took an example of customer table, customer and purchase. So in customer table, you have some customer ID. Similarly, in purchase also, you might have some customer ID field, which is the primary field in both the table. Then you can link those two tables with that value. So that is how you can make use of SQL. And the syntax used for Marketing Cloud SQL is transact SQL. So whenever you are looking for some of the solutions or some handy SQL code snippets for any of the use cases you want to work on, then you need to look into this transact SQL format. The syntax should be in that format itself. Otherwise, Marketing Cloud will not support all the SQL statements, whatever is available. So you need to think in that way. And understanding of data models, data views. Earlier, what I mentioned about a virtual table data view, that is very much important when you are working on SQL. So you can get the details of unsubscriptions, opens, clicks, all these things using SQL and the data view in combination. Then those are all some of the concepts which you need to keep in mind when you learn SQL. And main concept to learn here is joins. We have some different types of joins, and it is very important. Even if you are looking for some interviews, even there, the main question from SQL would be about joins. So you need to understand what joins and what types of joins are available, and what types of joins are supported in Marketing Cloud, and how that would work. All these things are very much important. And first thing you need to understand here is the basics. So if you are very new to SQL and if you don't know ABC about SQL, then the first thing you need to understand is the basics of SQL, like how to segment data in Marketing Cloud. When we talk about basics, the first thing that comes to mind, that too in Marketing Cloud perspective, is select from where. So these are all the basic statements that you need to understand how that will function in Marketing Cloud. And all this insert, update, what you see in other type of SQL will not work in Marketing Cloud. Everything should work with select itself. Select is the first statement in your SQL. So select from where, join, case, like are some of the basic things which you need to understand first. Then you can move on to some of the functions like string functions, date functions, aggregate functions. Like you can play around in SQL with a lot of functions available in SQL library. You can make use of all those things. But as I told, everything should be in that transact SQL format itself. Otherwise, most of them are not supported in Marketing Cloud. And then is Query Studio. It is not like that feature is not automatically available in your account as soon as you purchase. It can be updated from your app manager. You can go ahead and install that Query Studio and then use it for the purpose. And other than that, Query Activity in Automation Studio. So if you don't have access to Query Studio, you can try it in Query Activity. But the difference is Query Studio automatically, whenever you're building some SQL, you can just add it automatically in the Query Studio. It will just give us some work area, and at the bottom of it, you will see the result. But in Query Activity, it is a different case. You first need to create a data extension to store your result, and then you need to configure your SQL Query Activity, and then you need to run that Query Activity to see the result in the earlier created data extension. And if at all you are making some changes to the fields, then you need to go and manipulate that fields in data extension before making the changes in query. But in Query Studio, it is not the case. As soon as you give some details, and if that syntax, whatever you are giving is proper, then it would automatically generate the output at the bottom of the screen. But not all the syntax which is supported in Query Activity is not supported in Query Studio. There are some pros and cons for Query Studio, but if you are not okay to create a data extension and run the query, I would say Query Studio is the better place to start your SQL query. And again, we do have a lot of best practices for SQL that you need to follow. So you can check all these things in some standard websites related to SQL. And I would say the starting point for SQL, or where you need to learn SQL, would be first thing is you can start with W3 schools. W3 schools, if you start from W3 schools, you will learn all the basic concepts of SQL and all its syntax, how you can use them, everything. Later on, you can move to Trailhead and learn the concepts of query. This is just a single module available for SQL in Trailhead. You can just learn that and then jump into the tool and do some hands-on work. Like you can, based on your use case, you can work on generating new ideas or implementing new SQL codes there and learn SQL. So next is programming languages. So I would think most of you are new to developer. So I think you're not much aware of AMP-script, SSJS, and GTL. Those are all the programming languages supported by Marketing Cloud, and these are all the proprietary languages. The meaning of proprietary is that is solely related to Marketing Cloud itself. You cannot use these languages anywhere else. Only Salesforce supports AMP-script, SSJS, GTL. Other than that, you cannot use anywhere else. So these are all proprietary languages. So when we say programming languages, why it is useful, why we need to learn programming languages. So I'm happy without programming. I don't have any knowledge on programming stuff. So why should I learn programming? The reason is you might have seen some really good personalized emails. And nowadays, everyone likes to have personalized messages in their inbox instead of a general automated message saying hi there, hi customer. These are like long ago it was the case, but now everyone would love to see some email with a personalized message like hi with your name, or some other stuff like all the customized things. So also to an advanced level, we are also seeing some emails which grabs our interest, or based on the location where we stay, we would get some personalized messages. I would take an example here of Zomato and Swiggy. So for people outside India who doesn't know Zomato and Swiggy, these are two different brands well known for food delivery here in India. So as soon as you create an account in Swiggy and you order some food and it gets delivered, you get a personalized message saying that food is delivered with order details, like the item placed and its price, etc. After a few days, you might have forgot that particular app and you might have lost it somewhere. Okay, after a few days, what will happen? That particular app, you'll receive a message from that app where you are being targeted by them with some information about the food and exciting offers. So you will also receive push messages based on the weather of your location. They would also send you something related to the current weather in that location where you are staying. Like it can be an hot sunny day or a windy day in the location where you are staying. They might target you with a particular dish that is very much famous in that locality, or for that weather, if you are going for some hot in a windy day or in a winter cool day, if you want to have some hot coffee or something related to the climate, if they would target you with their brandings and their foodstuffs to encourage you to buy their products and encourage you to come back to their platform and make some purchase. And it is like making you re-engage with them to order more stuff. So we have a lot more examples for this personalized experience nowadays. And also like something like if you receive an good morning email with some current temperature and location where you are located with some exciting offers for the day, like deal of the day, based on your interest. Say you are interested in some clothing brand ABC, and you might have scrolled or browsed some of the jackets or some t-shirts the previous day. The next morning you would receive an email from the same brand saying that, hey, hello, we have some good offer for you today. So you have some 20% off today. We have some 50% off today, based on which they are targeting you to buy their products. So these are all some personalized things. So how to create these personalized messages? That is when this programming languages come into picture. So all this is possible because of the programming languages. So that is when you need to understand and learn AMP SSJS, GTL, all these things. And from simple dynamic message to a very complex one, everything can be created using programming language. So first, let's start with AMP script. AMP script is used to, it's like a scripting language. And as I told earlier, it's a proprietary scripting language, which is useful only in Salesforce. And that language you can embed within HTML emails, text emails, landing page, SMS message, and push notifications from mobile push. And basics of AMP script is you need to understand how to declare a variable, how to use it in emails, landing page, and where to code this AMP script content and usage of it, and how to troubleshoot. Say, for example, you are very new to AMP script, you don't know anything, and you just started with it. But if at all you are working on some live environment, and if you're facing some issues, then it is better whenever you started with some concept, it is better to understand what if you miss a comma, what if you miss a parenthesis, what will be the issue that will be arised, and what will be the sentence or the term that the Salesforce throws at your end to see like this is the error what you have done. Sometimes it will be not straightforward. The error message what you see will be not straightforward. So it is better when you learn on that particular topic itself. If you make some errors and then learn, you'll understand how that would work correctly. So make use of the functions related to the AMP script and fix the errors while learning itself, so that it would be easier when you work in a live environment. Again, here also we have best practices that needs to be followed. Say the example which I took, like the parenthesis, comma. So wherever required, only at that place you need to give a parenthesis. If you give unnecessary parenthesis, if you give unnecessary comma, again that will be an issue. So you need to understand the best practices. And next is SSJS. Similarly, how you learn AMP scripts, in a similar way, you need to understand SSJS as well. If you know the basic step here for SSJS is JavaScript. If you know JavaScript very well, then SSJS would be like a cherry on top of the cake. So it's very easy for you to understand what is SSJS. So Marketing Cloud application uses JavaScript code processed by Marketing Cloud servers. So what is like major difference between AMP script and SSJS? So Marketing Cloud application uses JavaScript code processed by Marketing Cloud servers. And instead of using a browser to render the JavaScript on client-side computer, Marketing Cloud execute JavaScript on server-side when rendering. So that is the difference between the usual normal JavaScript, what you have seen in all these days, and server-side JavaScript. And use core server-side JavaScript. We have some libraries like core libraries and platform libraries. You need to understand difference between them and when to use that core library and when to use platform libraries. And then this server-side JavaScript will not work with DOM and will not function with exterior libraries. So instead, you need to use these libraries provided by Marketing Cloud to create server-side JavaScripts. So whatever functions native to JavaScript, such as arrays, math functions, and try-catch blocks also work in server-side JavaScript. So you can also duplicate the functionality of AMP script using server-side JavaScript. The functionality of AMP script and server-side JavaScript, some of the functionalities, maybe you can use it in common, but there are like lot more functionalities available in SSJS apart from AMP script. Like whatever is available in AMP script, more than that, more functionalities are available in SSJS. So if you are very good at JavaScript, you can go with SSJS for your personalization and other things. And you can also use arrays in SSJS, and also you can use more advanced exception handling in SSJS. And I've not given any help link here for AMP script and SSJS because I'll be covering in the later section where you need to go and refer resources related to AMP script and SSJS. Next comes the Web Studio. So if you are already familiar in creating a website, and if you are well versed in HTML, CSS, JavaScript, jQuery, then you can. This is the right spot where you can play around with your coding skills, and you can build a very good website in Web Studio. And if you are already into development, then this is the place. Okay, then you can also learn different contents that you can use in Web Studio, and you can also start creating some simple form. So if you are very new to Web Studio, then the first thing you need to start is by creating some simple form. Like it can have only just two to three fields, like first name, last name, email address, which is in the form of like a normal form with a submit button. You can just create it and work on it, and you might fail at the beginning, but if you learn all the things, or if you learn from failure, then you can succeed. So based on that, you can create some wonderful websites based on your learning. So you need to understand creation of cloud pages, microsites. So these are the new terms which is very much used in Marketing Cloud for the purpose of landing page and websites. And you can also create personalized content. So using the AMP script and SSJS, which we discussed earlier, you can make use of those AMP script and SSJS, and then you can create some wonderful personalized content in your website. So first thing is you need to understand the basic, like you need to create a form, and if you are very much confident, you can also create a preference center page. Then you can create an unsubscription page. Then all the details, whatever you are gathering from your customers, you can store it in a data extension. Like that, you can work on it. Like you can learn more things, like you can learn more coding when you use Web Studio Cloud Pages. And for testing purpose, when you want to test SSJS functionality, I would say Cloud Pages is the better place to learn SSJS. And these are the basic things you need to know, like HTML, CSS, server-side, JavaScript, AMP script, guided template language. And if you know only HTML, CSS, you can create some static website. But if you want to have some interactive website, then it is better if you know JavaScript, jQuery, SSJS, AMP script, all these things combined together. You can see some wonderful, attractive website which will be created by your own. Then SSL certificate. So SSL certificate is a license provided to the account, that is Marketing Cloud account, which you possess, where it is used to secure the web page. Say nowadays, all the website, whichever you usually use on a daily basis, you will first think whether it is a secured website or not. So the first thing you notice is whether this HTTP is ending with yes or not. So if it is yes, then it is secured website. If not, then it is unsecure. So people will be not confident enough to store their personal details in a website which is not secured, right? So similarly, whenever you are building something in Marketing Cloud, whenever you are publishing it online, then it is better you give confidence to the customer saying that it is secured. So that is when SSL certificate comes into picture. Then the best practices related to this topic. And you can view some details related to Web Studio or Cloud Pages here in the help document. And most of the things is like all the basics is you need to understand coding like HTML, CSS. If you know it, it is easy to create a web page in Marketing Cloud. So next is API. So API, like whenever you need to connect some different platform to Marketing Cloud, like a third-party service to Marketing Cloud, then API comes into picture. The full form of it is Application Programming Interface, and it is used to create this is one of the use case, like it is used to create a mobile app integrated with Marketing Cloud, or to build some custom apps. You can also refer or you can make use of APIs. The basic things you need to understand when working on API is this integration security, subdomain, endpoints, Marketing Cloud packages, and the types of integration, functionalities of API, REST and SOAP API, best practices, and handling errors. The best place to learn API is Postman. Postman is a free version or a freeware where you can go and learn API. You can also download some of the very good collections available, which is also free, where you can download those collections into your Postman environment, and you can use that as a reference whenever you are working in on any of the live cases. It will be just like it will give you all the ready-made template. You just need to replace it with the content relevant to your purpose. Say the keys, the secret keys, what you have for your Marketing Cloud account, only that you need to replace. And if you're importing some contacts via API, then you need to give those customer details. Only those things you need to remove and adjust. The payload, what we say as a payload, that will be already available. Say as soon as you click on any of the endpoints in the collection, we have some endpoints. So if you click on that endpoint, it would automatically generate the code or the payload needed for that particular endpoint. And you can just replace that content with your own content and then run that code. So it would automatically import your details, whatever you're working on. Say, as I took an example of importing contacts. So if you want to import some 5 records into Marketing Cloud, you can connect Postman to Salesforce Marketing Cloud with some installed packages. Installed packages will come under setup section. So you can hover over to setup section in Marketing Cloud and click on install package. And based on the type of integration, if you want server to server connection, then you can click on server to server connection. And then as soon as you create a install package, it will generate some secret code for you. You need to keep it, and that should not be shared with anyone. And that can be used for connecting your third-party applications with Marketing Cloud. So here, when you want to use Postman, you can use that secret code here, and then you can make a connection with the Marketing Cloud to pass data from Postman to Marketing Cloud. So that is how Postman will work. And the one other website link what I have added here is this is related to integration security. So if you want to learn more on API security, then this is the right place where there are like a lot of information related to security. You can go ahead and learn on that website. And if you are very new to API and you don't understand what are all these things, what I'm telling, in a daily life, you might have come across a booking portal. So that is one ticket booking portal For example, say if you are booking a bus ticket and that bus has some 35 seats, out of which 15 are already booked, and you are left with some option of 20 seats. In this 20 seats, you will be booking one seat, and once you book your seat and you get a confirmation email or message about that booking, then within a fraction of seconds, your seat status will be turned to booked. Earlier it was available, now it is turned to book. So how this works and how you will receive this confirmation detail as soon as you book, everything is related to API. So within a fraction of a second, the servers will communicate with each other, and based on that, the details will be passed within the two servers, and you will receive an email or the message immediately. And API will work in real time. So whenever you want to make some changes in real time, you need to make use of API. Next is SDK. So I think you're aware of SDK if you are into development. Whenever you're creating some apps, mobile apps, yeah, you will be aware of these SDK. So if you are, again, if you are very new, then SDK is like software development kit. And that is like a package. Say, I can tell you, it is like a folder. In a folder, what are all the things you can store? You can store images, you can store some documentation, you can store some other related zip files. All those things you can store in a folder. Similarly, SDK is like a package, but that folder, if you are using it for some other purpose, then it is well and good. Otherwise, it is just for storage purpose. But here the packages are like add-ons or some supporting tools for your app creation. So that is where SDK will come into picture. Whenever you are creating some apps, that is where SDK will, you can make use of SDK. But in Marketing Cloud, where we'll use this SDK. So mobile push, when you learn mobile push, you'll get to understand like when we'll be using this SDK. But mobile push SDK, journey builder SDK, content builder SDK are some of the major SDKs that is available in Marketing Cloud. And say in the as soon as I started, I told you about content builder and content blocks. So if you want to create some custom content blocks, then you can go to this SDK, content builder SDK. With that support, you can create your own custom block. You might have seen HTML, freeform, text block, image block, whichever is available. So those are all standard blocks. So if you want to create some block which is all of your own, if you have some block ready, or if you want to create a new one, then you need to make use of this content builder SDK. And if you want to create some custom activities, and recently journey builder concept was covered. So if you want to create some journey builder activity, custom activity, even then this SDK will be very helpful to use. You can create your own SDK in a third-party service, and you can pass that application or the content block what you have created, or the custom activity what you have created into Marketing Cloud, and make use of it. And some of the examples is like, if you are using Google Maps in your email, if you are seeing Google Maps in your email, then that might be because of the SDK. We have some live clicker options available that will be integrated with Marketing Cloud, and you can see a Google Map for the location, whatever you enter. It will generate a Google Map directly in the email itself. So that is all because of this SDK. And that is all about the skill sets what you need to know about, you need to have when you start developing, or you can learn in the go as soon as you land into a development environment. You can start with some basics and understand everything, and later on you can be expert in the same domain. So now let's move on to Developer Center. So what is this Developer Center? As of now, we discussed so many skill sets. I told you like there are like API, SDK, and AMP script, SSJS. For all these things, I did not give more relevant help resources where you can go and check. So that is when you can refer to Developer Center. So whatever things you need to learn on developer end for Marketing Cloud, not only for Marketing Cloud, any products related to Salesforce, this is the right place where you need to land. That is Developer Center. It is, I would say, it is like a school of development. So this is the link for that Developer Center. So I'll just show that Developer Center, how it is, and what are all the things you can learn from Developer Center. So this is the Developer Center, and here we have like it will start with Salesforce platform. We have like APIs, integrations, all the developer experience, Salesforce flow, and these are all not completely related to SFMC. It is in general. All the Salesforce related developer details are available here. And Salesforce products, we have Commerce Cloud, Experience Cloud, everything available here. So if you want to learn any other development, not only Marketing Cloud, you can just go ahead and learn from here. Next is Salesforce Industries, like Communication Cloud, Consumer Goods Cloud, all these things. We have different types of industries, and if you want to get some latest developer updates, you can subscribe. So this is the Developer Center, and in marketing, if I click on Marketing Cloud, it will redirect me to the Marketing Cloud Developer Center, wherein we'll have some documentation related to it, like Marketing Cloud APIs, SDKs, programming languages, package development, all these things. So if you want to learn one particular topic, you can just click on it and it will redirect to that particular topic. And on the left-hand pane, you will see all the relevant topic headlines or the topic headers which you want to learn. You can just click on it and learn on that particular topic. It is very much detailed. So if you want to make use of this, first you need to understand the basics, because if you are very new to API or if you are very new to development, then as soon as you see this particular website, it would be bit scary, because it will be like everything will be in like high-end language. So you need to understand basics of API, like how it would work, basics of SDK, how it would work, what is SDK. Then if you come into this website, then you will understand, oh, okay, this is how it is working. All these things works in this manner, and this is the definition of it, and this is the use of it. Like that, you can understand each and everything. So REST API can be used for the functionalities like contacts, content builder, journey builder, mobile connect, mobile push campaigns, trigger send. And if you want to learn anything related to SOAP, it is like tracking, subscriber, automation, trigger sends. And trigger sends, you can make use of both SOAP and REST. And based on your requirement, you need to choose which is needed. If you want SOAP, you can go to SOAP. If you want REST, you can go to REST. And we also have programming languages, that is AMP script, SSJS, and GTL. I did not cover much on GTL. GTL is not broadly used, but if you want to learn, you can learn and make use of it, and you can become expert in it as well. And platform SDK. All the SDKs which is supported in Salesforce is available here. You can go ahead and learn all these topics. And in programmatic languages, we have this AMP script section and SSJS section. Here also you have all the syntax guide and examples. Some of them like a live example, and also usage of it, like all the functions and syntax of each and every function, how to make use of those functions, everything is available here. And main concept here is you need to understand this personalization string and AMP script. What is the difference between personalization string and AMP script? There is very minute difference between both of them. So you need to understand, and you need to use it based on your usage. Like whenever you need personalization string, only then you need to use it. And whenever you want to use AMP script, you can use it. So we'll have some basic details like what is AMP script, how to use it, how to declare a variable. This is some sample snippet, code snippet, which is used here for some member preference, zip code, address, all these things, which can be used in your email and you can test it. Like as I told, I would say Cloud Page is the best place to test AMP script SSJS. So you can view it, and as soon as you publish that Cloud Page, you can view the result in your screen itself, like what is the result you got. And other place where you can use AMP script and SSJS is in the email studio, where you can also make use of emails in email studio for learning AMP script and SSJS. So that is on Developer Center. And some of the go-to websites, like apart from the standard official websites from Salesforce, these are all some good websites which I personally like. And which I have used for my learning. So I would also like you to go through this reference links and understand. And these are like created from our fellow trailblazers, which is very useful. Even from basics, they have given each and every details on the topic. Like on AMP script, you can go to this particular link and learn AMP script from basics. And also they have some good use cases. This one, AMP script XYZ. Here, this particular URL is also covering SSJS, I think. So you can also learn SSJS in the same website. And Mateusz Dabrowski's website is a very good spot to learn contact deletion, SSJS, AMP script, SQL. Everything you can learn in one place. For SQL, I would suggest to go to this website. It is very much detailed, each and everything, each and every pros and cons of each and every function, each and every statement is available in that website. And for AMP script and SSJS, you can refer AMP script guide from Elliot Harper and Adam Spriggs. Even that is very much very detailed and from basics. Say, if you don't want to learn from this particular guide, you can go ahead and learn from this first, and then if needed, you can go ahead and learn from the Developer Center. Then Sprignature moves from Adam Spriggs. Here we have some good use cases. Whenever you are using SQL, AMP script, SSJS, and if you want to use some use cases of it, or if you have some use cases and you don't know how to work on it, then you can refer this particular website. There are some good use cases available. And if you want to learn SSJS from basics, then this is a good place that is created by John Bergfeld. This is a good place to learn SSJS. And like as I told, to learn SQL from basics, the first spot to begin with is W3 Schools. And for the entire development related topics, this is one place, that is Trailhead SFMC SQL. This is again, this particular trail mix has been created by one of our fellow trailblazer. You can make use of it and learn all the topics, whatever we discussed in our session, in this particular trail mix itself. Everything is covered. So that is on that is all about the resources and how you would learn development and the topic skill sets required to become a developer, and who can become a developer, and what is actually a Marketing Cloud developer is all about. So I have one last slide. So this is, if you want to learn more like an hands-on experience, if you want to have an hands-on experience in Marketing Cloud, this is the spot, or this is the location where you need to go to, and you can register for yourself. This is offered by Trailhead Academy, and they'll be giving some 6 weeks of free access. That is, I think 180 days or so. They'll give free access to Marketing Cloud account, but again, it is a paid one. We'll give you need to pay $225 to register for this, and they'll give some expert-led trainings is also given for you for 30 days or so. Based on that, you can play around in the platform. And you can learn more of the more topics related to Marketing Cloud in it. So this is the one which I was speaking about, the Trailhead Academy. This is an expert-led class wherein you can go ahead and register for yourself to get an Trailhead, the Marketing Cloud access to learn more on Marketing Cloud. This course will offer you with identify various features and functionalities of Marketing Cloud and evaluate marketing strategies for lead generation efforts, all these things, and create engaging emails. Like they will give you some test cases to work on, I believe, and based on that, you'll get some experience on how to work in the live environment. And one thing to note here is not everyone will be eligible for this academy or classes. It is based on the billing country. So if your country supports for the purchase, only then you will be able to register. Otherwise, you need to raise a ticket or contact them for further instructions. So now it's Q&A time. So if anyone have any questions, please post it in the chat so that we can answer your question.
Aishwarya, so can you please share the PPT with me later? I will be able to share it with the feedback email.
Sure.
And then we have people are asking about the resources that the resource links and all. Any other questions, guys?
You're welcome, Lakshmi.
I think questions for today. Okay, thank you all for joining today. Thank you so much, Aishwarya, for taking up the session. It's really very insightful, and as well, the links that you showcase, like where to refer and all. Thank you very much for that session, Aishwarya.
Thank you so much, Prashant, for giving me this opportunity. And thank you everyone for making time and joining this session.
Thank you all. We'll see you again on Tuesday for the next CDP session. Thank you.